Yo yo, what up my beautiful dotties? How's everyone doing today? I'm Val, and let's talk about comebacks. In TFT, there's many moments where you're like behind and it's not looking good, it's looking like an eighth, you want to give up, but I'm here to put a little bit of spark in your gameplay again, in your mind, in your soul, right? I think you should play every TFT game from no matter what position you're in a way where you're like thinking about gaining LP. I've had many games where it just didn't look good. I got unlucky. People were contesting you, everything is against you, right? And in those moments, it is very important to keep your head cool and keep playing. I've had many games where I think I could have gotten at least the top four or fourth place for some LP. But just because maybe you got tilted or maybe you didn't see the future, you didn't see hope anymore, on your path, and you just started to like rage roll, you start wasting your econ or something like that, and you just wasted the LP and you guaranteed lost LP then, right? I think in TFT, it is very important to always see a way out to get the win. And a win for me is top four, right? You get LP, top four, top three, top two, top one. And that is a win, no matter what anyone else says, right? It's you get LP, that's a win from in my book. There's so many cases where you lose so much HP, you lose streaking, but then you can't seem to stabilize, and then you think all hope is lost, right? Hey, pause the video right now. Over 90% of you people that watch my videos actually are not subscribed to my channel. It would mean a lot to me if you would actually consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind after. Let's continue with the video. I want you guys to know that in these moments, don't give up, right? This is a game where a comeback is very possible. Of course, there's RNG and luck based, but if you play in a certain way, keep your head cool, then don't go for that first win. I think a lot of people are still out there. They don't see it anymore. They want to get that first place and they know, yeah, it's not gonna go anymore. I'm going to lose, I'm dead soon. Then they give up hope and then they don't really think about the possibilities to try to make this as good as a outcome as possible. Because even the next topic I wanted to talk about, because even if you don't make it to top four, a place 5 is way better than a placement 8, right? You will lose way less LP if you're placed on number 5 or 6 even, right? 7 and 8 is very the LP losses, but even a difference between 7 and 8 is still LP, right? If you could choose, do you want to be placed 8 or 7, then you're gonna choose a 7 every time. So try to win out and try to change the outcome of the match no matter what you can do, right? If all of a sudden, for the length of the game, the complete length of the game, it's bad to spend all your money here, but you're already losing, it's not looking good. And maybe you can sneak in a fifth placement or fourth instead of 1, especially looking at the 5th one, right? If you know, okay, I'm gonna go 8th, but if I play well right now, I can make it into a 5th, you do that. Comebacks in that scenario is always very important in TFT, because if you're really trying to climb the ladder, you have to make the best with what you have. And sometimes everything is against you. I know sometimes even the best players in the world can't make the right decision. Everything is too much and everything is against you. But you can just make the best out of the situation still and maybe get the 5th place instead of the 8th, right? It is very, very nice to just have all right, shake it off and we go again. And then you just only lost 10 LP instead of 50 or whatever, right? Then you only need even one game to already be ahead again. Because if you lost 10 LP, hey, no one's really that upset about that, right? If you then win a first place the next game, then you even gained LP. I myself even can maybe do something better, because I've had those moments as well where I'm like, oh man, this game, man, what is happening, right? And then you're just like, you just tilt it and you like don't know what to do anymore. But then it's important to see the moments, right? You scout, you see what everyone else is doing and try to make the best out of the situation you're in. And that is going to save you a lot of trouble when you're climbing on the ladder. Trust me. If you, I've had many cases where you're trying to go for a reroll comp, you get a crazy opener, and you get a reroll augment like on a roll, right? Last set as well. You try to really make this reroll comp work with the 1 cost, and then all of a sudden you don't see any of your 1 cost units anymore in the shops, and all of a sudden as you're too far in, everyone is level 7, you're still level 5, it is not looking good, right? Then it is, instead of, I had many times I just rage roll, right? I just like, where is my unit, right? And then you have to keep your head cool, and I think maybe push some levels, try to stabilize, and maybe get the 6th or the 5th instead of trying to lose an infinite amount of LP, right? And in some cases, when it's looking not good, all of a sudden, when you do make a good board and you stabilize and you do the right things, all of a sudden that 8th place is all of a sudden a first. I've had many cases as well where just because you swapped up with the right augments and you swapped with the right scenario. I've had cases where you were like 1 HP and all of a sudden you win the lobby. That those crazy examples do take place, and that is very important in TFT, in my opinion. We do have to see the best outcome at all times. You have to expect the best, and you have to play at your best to come out of these sticky situations. And I think that is a very important thing. If you really try to climb on TFT and you're trying to reach Challenger, you are not going to reach Challenger if you are not positive and playing your best at all times, right? And that's why we have to, even when the game is looking bad and it's looking like you can't win anymore, you have to keep going. Sometimes I also see people surrender when they don't want to play anymore, right? Like I don't think that is a way about playing these games. You can see it like, yeah, I surrendered now and then I can queue up faster. But TFT has a way of like, you can actually get out of these sticky situations um, if you play well and you keep your head cool. And because of the RNG factor, you can still get lucky, right? You had cases where this game is looking doomed, and all of a sudden you do get very lucky, and all of a sudden the outcome of the game is drastically changed, right? Let's say you're playing, for a good example, then Heavenly, like in my game I had. Heavenly, if you find that early Wukong all of a sudden and you have a emblem and stuff like that, you all of a sudden the outcome is so different because you got that unit that you were so badly needed to stabilize. And these scenarios, because there is a luck factor, there's an RNG factor on top of playing well, you can get out of these situations. And I want you guys to know, and I want you guys to see that, right? Don't give up. There's always hope. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. If you're trying to climb, you're trying to reach the challengers, the high elo, right? When you're climbing, always make sure you're peak performing. Don't give up and learn from your mistakes. If you do have these games, what could I've done better, right? Ask yourself that question, because in the end of the day, we're all trying to improve. And instead of blaming it on the comps or the bad luck, always look at like what I could have done better in this situation. Was there a scenario where I could have lost less LP or even gained LP, right? Stuff like that. Always keep that comeback in the back of your mind. Always see the hope, and you're gonna see way better result, right? Hey, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Let me go in the comments down below what one of your craziest comebacks ever was. It's always nice to see that comeback happen. And in the end of the day, it is a strategy game. So keep your head cool and keep going and keep grinding, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. Means the world to me if you could. I love you all and have a wonderful day. Take care. Peace.